In spiritual warfare, prayer is mandatory. Mandatory means it's part of your lot and portion. If you are not praying and you are going through a lot of spiritual warfare, I'm not talking to you because you have not fulfilled the basic JSE requirement. Do you understand? If you are not praying, making prayer your lifestyle, at this point, you are permitted to be under the bondage of the devil. There is nothing you can say or do to help a man that cannot pray. You have to understand that. You don't have the capacity to help somebody that cannot pray because you are also a mortal man, laden with all kinds of infirmity. And because the nature of mortality is vague, so everybody seeks for immortal advantage. And because everybody is looking for immortal advantage, we seek for something beyond us to augment for our insufficiency. My friend is, how was the wedding? Please, may you rise with, please, may you rise. May you rise. You know, I forgot to announce, I don't know why like I said, by next year proper we'll be doing marriage here, whether you like it or not. Maybe we'll do in the morning, in the evening we continue our service. You can wear your white, just ensure you don't fall when we are praying. You understand? I mean, I'm really, really sorry. I did not announce it. They've told me about the wedding. They sent me everything. And please, can you just congratulate them? Congratulate them. They have been consistent. They have been coming, you know, but they have been very, very quiet. You know, this is how it's supposed to be. Drag your wife. It was girlfriend before, be fiance. Now, you see. May you have your say. Thank you so much. I will see you later. You know, they used to come around most times. They'll be hanging. You always see them two. Always, you know, two are better than one. Now they are chasing 10,000, while Eagle is still chasing 500. He has not even 10,000. God need to help us. Where was I? Ephesians chapter 6. Ephesians chapter 6, we don't have time. From 10. Ephesians chapter 6 from 10. Ephesians chapter 6 from 10. Ephesians, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This was where we began from, and I wanted to bring you to an understanding in regard to that. Revelation chapter 12 verse 7. Revelation chapter 12 verse 7. I have less than 50 minutes. Revelation. The Bible says, and there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, right? And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So by now, when I speak about the whispers of the serpent, I'm talking about the whispers of the dragon. Why did the dragon have to whisper? It's because the dragon was cast from his original place of abode. The serpent was actually a creature that was not meant to be on the earth. It was meant to be in heaven. It was part of the experimental design of God. When God wanted to exercise his supremacy, he created some beast. He created Leviathan, created the serpent, created so many of them, angels and their ranking, living creatures in different categories, carrying different powers and authority. But among them, many begin to rebel right from the word go. Like Leviathan, the father of all pride. Peradventure, you say anybody that is so proudful, know that Leviathan has visited him. Pride is upon the strength of the foundation of a beast called Leviathan. That's why you may not have an issue with the devil. You may be a very good person, you are not sinning, but pride has captured your soul. The reason is because you have been subjected to an influence of a spirit called Leviathan. Are we together? The same way, there is another beast again referred to as. And mind you, one thing that you must be able to understand is that this spirit can take different form. So you hear the devil, you hear the serpent, you hear the dragon. It's different manifestations of the authority. Is that okay? Just like somebody can be possessed and they behave like a cat today, tomorrow they behave like a snake, they behave. Do you understand my point? The manifestation is as a result of a transformation. That is the same way that it's possible for you to be able to see Jesus today as a lamb, tomorrow you see him as a lion, next tomorrow you see him as a calf. You need to be able to understand these are diverse dimensions incumbent in him. Even you, there are different dimensions in you. So the day you dance here, we say, we thought we were a dancer. One day you now come and sing, we say, we thought we were a singer. Just like you look at him and you say, I thought he only played keyboard. And now he now play. So maybe you give him violin, tomorrow you now play violin. And like, which one are you first? Just like somebody that, of course, your husband can be a medical doctor, he can also be a businessman, he can also be a pastor, he can also be a teacher in the office. These are diverse dimensions communicating the same person. But these are to advantage. What about the people that actually today they are liars, next tomorrow they are what? Thief. Another day they are what? Give me something bad, something bad. They have anger. The other day they have what? Fornicators. The other day, drunkard. So when you go to beer parlor, you will now see another dimension of the person. You're like, what? Is that you? Yes, it's the person. There are manifestations, and all these things are made possible by a whisper. There are different voices that speak, and none of them are without significance. Each has they have a reason for speaking. Anytime you see God speak, he has a reason why he speaks. The voice of God is not wasted upon the face of the earth. The voice of God has an intention, and the intention of the voice of God is to bring men to the likeness of the Christ, to activate men into current perspective of what God is doing. So peradventure you hear God talk to you, is because you are out of alignment. You want to bring into alignment. I understand that you may be walking in purpose, but the guidance and the direction of God come in line with his word and his voice. Your mercy on the earth is that God talks to you always. And so you must be able to understand, as God talks to us all the time, the devil also talks to us. But how the devil talks to us is as a whispers. So the Bible said he was cast out. There was war in heaven. There was war. When the war was initiated in heaven, the devil could not prevail in heaven. And everything that they tried to do in their rebellion could not prevail. So they cast them to the earth. But when they cast them to the earth, now they wanted to expand the frontiers of their influence on the earth. And how do they do that? They begin to talk unto the sons of men. They begin to whisper unto their heart. So the first thing we saw is in the book of Genesis. I don't have time. That's my problem. I don't know whether we have to paraphrase or how, but in the book of Genesis, chapter 3, from 1, the Bible says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord has made. So it is the Lord that made the serpent. Are we together now? He was more subtle, and he said unto the woman, yea, had God said, ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may not eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden. God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for God did know that in the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. I don't want to advance, but now you see the serpent began to talk. This was a defeated foe that doesn't have a place in heaven. This was a candidate of defeat. If there is anything that the devil should be called, is a failure. Why? Because from where he was cast down. He was taken away from his original estate, where he occupied, where he has real estate. Everybody designed to have real estate in heaven. The Bible speaking said, in my father's house there are many mansions, and I go to prepare a place for you. In as much as you want to buy land on the earth, know that there is a real estate for you. Is that okay? Everybody is supposed to have an occupancy in heaven. The devil does not have an occupancy in heaven, so he is illegitimate. He can't function there. So he was cast out. And when he was cast out, he came upon the face of the earth, and what he wanted was an accommodation. And the only thing he could do was to find people he can subtly disguise himself in them, and be able to find a way to whisper unto them to give him an advantage, so that he can squat with them. And so long that the devil will squat with you for a while, he will begin to influence you. He will begin to influence your decision. He will begin to utter word. He will begin to change the ordinances upon which God has spoken unto you. Everything God speaks unto you are true, but when the devil comes, he will pervert what refers to as the truth. The devil can't tell you something that is a lie. He will pervert the truth. Everything the devil says is not a lie. It was a perversion of the truth, and the intention is to bring you to disobedience. Because the goal is that to come to a point where actually God will feel, I told you to do this, you decided to do this, so because of that I should judge you. Because God is supreme, God needs to be obeyed. And if God gives you a command, you refuse to obey him, what should he do to you? He should punish you. The love of God does not cover for the jurisdiction of his punishment. No, the punishment of God is that one is very, very guaranteed. In fact, it's part of the love of God to put people that reject him in hell. Because if God refused to create a location for people that will not make heaven, where will they be? So there must be a real estate created for them. So part of that real estate is hell. So at the tail end, people that reject the occupancy of God in heaven will be given an allocation in hell. Not because they want to, but because there's no other place they can go to. Where will you go to if God refuses you in heaven? So out of the love of God is to create another place where he can put you for the moment, and that is referred to as lake, as hell. After a while, you are gravitated into the lake of fire, because even the devil himself is being exercised for a preparation for the lake of fire. But the devil knew that he's already prepared for an eternal damnation, but he wants to use his tail to be able to take more mortal men. He has captured 1/3 of the angels. The Bible says with his tail he has captured 1/3. So they are guaranteed as fallen beasts, that in their disobedient nature they will be taken to the lake of fire. But he wanted to ensure that his real estate is expanded and its frontiers is accommodated by mortal men. Because God chose to love mortal men. Say, who is man that thou art mindful of him? The Son of Man that thou visited him. It's a matter of warfare, how the devil contend for the souls of men. We may look ordinary, but we are one of the greatest, most important candidacy of the creation of God. Act of the architectural design of the complexity of God is what God make man. The Bible never said that angels were created in the image of God. The dragon was not in the image of God. Serpent was not in the image of God. No archangel was in it. It was man that was in the image of God and his likeness.